Today, I'm going to show you how to make classic British scones, or as we say here in America, scones. Although the British scones look a little bit more like what we Americans call biscuits, little round, beautiful hockey pucks, whereas Americans tend to make them like triangular pie-shaped slices. I don't know where they changed over history. I don't have the whole picture on that. But we're going to use a recipe that comes to us today from the star of the Great British Baking Show, Paul Hollywood, and his book called Bake. In his book, Paul says that he uses bread flour in his scones, which might seem surprising, but it's actually a popular choice in professional kitchens because the high protein content gives the scones a real boost. This recipe is tried and tested over many years, and I've never had any complaints, says Paul Hollywood. He even said that the Queen Mother even said that they were the best scones she'd ever tasted. I hope they're the best scones that we've ever tasted as well. I'm sure they will be. It's a very simple and easy recipe, and I'm looking forward to showing you how to make this. Just a couple of things to bear in mind, says Paul Hollywood. Don't overwork the dough. You want it nice and light. And don't twist the cutter when you lift it off, or else they won't rise properly in the oven. So we'll be careful with our cutter. You press it in, you pull it out, you put it on your baking sheet. Are you ready? Let's get started. So to begin, we've lined 2 baking sheets with parchment paper. And now, in a large bowl, mix the flour and baking powder together. So we have 4 cups or 500 grams of bread flour, what Paul Hollywood calls strong flour. Two tablespoons of baking powder. 1 and 2. I always like to add a little bit of salt to my baking. Paul adds it into the egg wash. But we have just a pinch of fine sea salt. Oh, I can't wait to get these scones going in the oven and coming out again. We even got clotted cream to go with our strawberry preserves. To eat this proper British scone in a proper British manner. Hope no British people are listening to me because I have a terrible British accent. Now we want to add together the butter. We have 6 tablespoons or 80 grams cut into pieces. And we want to rub together with your fingers for a few minutes until you have a breadcrumb-like texture. Just like that. I have about 1/2 inch size cubes of butter here. So we really need to break these down a bit smaller. You don't want big chunks of butter in your dough because it releases steam and the butter will melt all over the place. And we really want to keep the butter in the flour. So we do it like this. We squeeze the dough and the butter together just like that, breaking up the larger chunks as we go. It's cold butter. Yes, you want to use cold butter. Not frozen, but cold. In another bowl, beat the eggs with the milk and sugar. So we have 2 eggs. One cup of milk. Now, Paul Hollywood suggests holding back part of that cup of milk just to see how the dough is forming. If we need to add a little bit more in later, we can do that, but we'll reserve a little bit of that. Add 1/3 of a cup or 80 grams of superfine sugar. The superfine sugar just dissolves so much easier, so let us completely incorporate that into our batter. A few more whisks here, and then we're going to add to the rubbed in mixture and stir together until the dough comes together and forms a ball. We're having a ball today. Just like that. Look at this golden, beautiful dough. We just want to do it enough until all of the flour gets hydrated. Tip the dough onto a lightly floured surface and fold it over a few times to incorporate air, but do not knead it. You want to achieve a loose, soft dough. Then using a rolling pin, we will gently roll out to 1 1/4 inches thickness, making sure there's plenty of flour underneath to prevent sticking. Fold it over a few times to incorporate air, but do not knead it. Just folding it a few times, just like that. So we want to flatten it into a bit of a round to prepare for rolling it out. We want to lift it off and turn it after each roll to make sure it's not sticking to our board. That would not be good. Just keep turning. We want to roll from the middle out, middle out. There we go, from the middle out. 1 1/4 inch thickness. I think we're just right about there. Got our parchment lined baking sheet. A little bit of flour on the cutter. We'll take it just about right up to the edge. Paul says straight in and straight up. Just like that. It's awfully tempting to twist it, but I'm resisting the urge as much as I am able. And there's our first tray, just like that. So before we go into the oven, we're going to put a little egg wash on top. 1 large egg and a pinch of salt. Give them that beautiful golden sheen on top. Brush the tops of the scones with the beaten egg and then put in the fridge for 20 minutes to rest. Don't you love baking? There's always this resting thing going on. Guess it has to do with love. Yes, indeed. There we go. And here we go. And here we go. Coming out of the oven now. Are you ready? Watch out. And there we have it. Look at these beautiful classic scones. Some of them are a little wee bit wonky, but I accept that as part of being an amateur baker. Thank you, Paul Hollywood, for these beautiful classic British scones. Scones, sorry, Paul. Scones, he calls them.
Yum.
So if you enjoyed this video, please do click the thumbs up like button. Subscribe to my channel, because that helps us produce more yummy videos for you to watch. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.